of the show for me, not the bike, Dean Cluley, who is area sales manager for the south of England.
Yeah, business manager for the south of the UK, so quite a big deal. Very not.
This bike for you and for me is going to be something pretty special next year. I think it's definitely one of the reasons why I jumped on the train early to get here today. The idea of having a sports tourer that makes the same power and torque as the new V4 Panigale kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we go back to 2015, the H2 and H2R was released, and we did say back then that the R&D, the development that we're putting into that bike will soon filter down to our production, and here we are today. So yeah, we've got, in a nutshell, we've got a 200 brake horse sports tour, so we're talking ZX10, sort of super bike power, but it's usable power. You can go touring. Not only the supercharger can give that power and performance, it also gives efficiency.
Yep.
So we look at SX and
Yep.
ZZR, they're circa 45 miles to the gallon, this is 52. So you actually get 200 miles out of a tank.
And also one of the issues that H2 had was that heat dissipation, which was why it had the trellis chassis and all of the techno porn that it had. Everything was for a reason, and somehow you've managed to take all of the best bits of that and put it in a usable everyday package, and it still kind of looks like a H2 as well, I think.
No, definitely, you can see the H2 sort of like family in the design, but you're right, John, we've managed to make it practical. So what we've also managed to do is, with a few more years of R&D in that machine, we managed to have the engine running cooler. It's quite important, it's not a H2 engine, it's not a H2 which with panniers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's based on a H2 engine. There's a lot of differences, the crank, the pistons, the head, and then the supercharger's difference. That's the main thing as well. We've got what we call balanced supercharge. So with the H2, it was a bit like in George Bush's terms, shock and awe, as you know. As soon as you hit that throttle, it would hit you. What we need to do is make sure that the sports tour is a bit more progressive, a bit more smooth, and that's exactly it. It's actually got more torque than the H2 at 7,000 RPM. Because you're going to have panniers and a pillion. So, and the gearing's changed. So we've really refined everything for a usable package for someone on the road, but not losing that emotion of that supercharge, that chirping noise, as you'll always remember, that dump valve coming out, and the excitement. And I'm saying to a lot of people, I'm quite fortunate I've managed to ride the bike, and within 100 yards in a straight line, you'll make your mind up, because it's just, there's nothing else in the market that even comes close to it.
And it's probably the only bike here with a centre stand and launch control.
Yeah. So there's two versions. So behind us here is the SE, and then we've also got a base version, which they're both Ninja H2 SX. The base version is 15,099 as the price, and then the SE is 18,099. So what do you get for the extra money? Colour and graphics. SE only comes in this colour, and the base version's only in black. The difference between the two bikes, you've got a TFT screen on this, where on the standard one it's like the H2 LCD dash. You've then got launch control and quick shift up and down on the SE, which you can't have on the standard one. You then have things like heated grips, centre stand, as standard.
Practicalities.
Exactly. On the front here, you've got some lights, as they're just coming on there. They're cornering lights, so at 10-degree lean angle, one will come on, 20-degree lean angle, a second will, and then 30 degrees, the third will come on, looking around the corner. So it's a little bit of a trick design there to help the guy look around and go around the corner.
So if I'm out at night on a bike and I can see 3 lights coming around a corner behind me and some chirping, I know I'm in trouble. One of these is coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I know that manufacturers and guys that do your job for a living hate being probed on what's coming next and 2019 and beyond models. But if it's made it this far, if it's made it to the kind of SX range, that supercharger technology and all of the R&D that you've put into H2, it's safe to assume that it's going to trickle a bit further down the range somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to squeeze me for an answer there, aren't you?
That's what we do.
So, yeah. Listen, we'll go back to 2015. We're putting all that money and effort into supercharger of H2 as a commercial entity. We need to make sure we can get a return on that, and we will filter it into our model range. We've done it today. What we're talking about next year and the year after, who knows? But without a doubt, Kawasaki, KHI in Japan are looking real far ahead of what customers really want, and we're trying to make sure we can bring a product that ticks all the boxes and some.